Alright, so right now we're in Washington State, so we're up north in the PNW. We're on a small island called Whidbey Island. We're in the South Whidbey Island Community Park, which is a skate park. We got a pump park, playground. I mean, look around. I mean, we got a nice big baseball field over here. And it is crazy because I haven't been here in over 5 years. And usually when we come here, there's nobody ever here. Like, this is the most people I've ever seen here. I've never seen skateboarders here. I've never even seen skate clips from the skate park. It was built back in the early 2000s. You can definitely tell it's an early 2000s park. All these obstacles are like, the proportions are just not really correct on them. They're really steep. A lot of them, like, there's no real bank ramps. There's a lot of like noping, so it's just like a kind of a waterfall rolling. But I'll cruise around and show you guys a little bit more of the park. Okay, so right here we have like a decent sized bowl. It's probably about 5 or 6 feet. It kind of has a nice little escalator, kind of up and down feature right here. It's funny because you can definitely launch out of here and into this. It's like a slight little bank, and it's definitely giving the early 2000s vibes right here, I'm not gonna lie. But yo, over here, we'll just get a quick little glimpse. Like, look how gnarly these hubs are. Like, this is like a sign of like an early 2000s skate park, I swear, when the proportions are just insane. Like, this is so gnarly. Like, what the heck? Like, you could even tell this park is not skated very often. It seems like this park is really full of like kids riding scooters and bicycles. But like, look how gnarly this is. This is actually a decent, like, it seems like a decent size proportion, not too crazy. What's up with like the big stair sets in these skate parks and then like having kind of like an actual organic stair? Like, that's not for skating, that's clearly just for walking up and down. We got my parents over here too, which is kind of sick. We got Mario, we got Lacey, we have a bunch of the fam out in here. It's funny because yeah, they're the reason we're out here visiting and getting to see this really cool skate park. But it is cool. So anyways, they got a nice big quarter pipe here. The ground is not bad actually for what it is, and we kind of have this little area. Got a little 2-stair kind of ledge, which is kind of cool, kind of like a street obstacle within the skate park. But it is crazy. The ground is pretty, like, it looks pretty bad in weather, but it's actually pretty smooth, I'm not gonna lie. We got a nice little like hubba, decent little flat bar. Thing is rusty as hell. You can definitely tell it hasn't skated in a long time. Oh, and it's just flat ground on this side. I don't know why I thought there should be like a manual pad or something over here. It is kind of funny that all of these ledges though are at least all metal, so they're kind of friendly about that. But like I was saying, you're clearly not skating this thing. Like, this thing is so gnarly. I mean, there's no cracks though, which is kind of nice. But yeah, I mean, if you wanted to get really buck, you have like a real handrail you could hit. But yeah, see what I mean? It's usually all these kids here. It's kind of interesting too, the metal, how it's like formed on this, how the metal's like on top, which is interesting. I wonder if that helps like keep it long lasting or something. Well, we got a street spot right here. We got this little 2-stair thing, I didn't notice that. And then this really tall, rusty flat bar that's bolted in. I swear if they got snow here, you could like come and snowboard that thing. But like, how wild does this park look from here? Like, look at these hubbas. This is insane looking. I feel like I'm looking at a Tony Hawk Pro Skater skate park right now. Gnarly this is. It's insane. That's actually crazy. That's so funny. The Euro gap with this waterfall is insane. It's actually insane. Ground is really like rough. It's smooth, but keeping speed is so hard. It is a little grainy.
And also,
and
like, how did the rail feel? Like, well, it needs wax, or like?
I'll be honest, I think everything in here needs wax. The rails are definitely gonna save me on the plastic sliding right here since we don't got wax with us. I wonder how it will grind though, even like this. I am curious. Oh, that actually is way more grindy than I thought.
It sounded a little rough.
Oh yeah, it's definitely crunchy metal, but I think since these are kind of waxed already, I'll get away with it. We'll try to hit the rail again real quick.
Okay.
So he was just telling me too, there are a handful of kids that actually do come to the skate park. So
Because the high school is right down the street.
yes, the high school is like right down the street, so it does make sense. So I'm kind of glad to hear and see that the park does get utilized. But yeah, even like he was saying, there's so much flat ground here that either like a DIY scene or something needs to happen. Like there's so much flat over there. You could build like a whole other.
There could be like a mini Landis right there.
Yeah, you could build a whole other little skate park feature around there, some corners around this. Like it could be even better.
And then even right here, there's all this too.
Yeah. I mean, it worked. I mean, it's not bad. It works. That's pretty sick. Okay. Oh, I figured out how to skate that. Actually pretty sticky. All right, I think we're gonna wrap it up for the Whidbey Island skate park. It is fun. I love how the skate park is here. My wrist really hurts still, like from the slam. It's only been about a week, so I really don't want to push it. And obviously we got some family stuff to do too, so your boy's not trying to get broke off doing something silly. But this park is a lot of fun, so if you are ever on the island, I think it's worth checking out.